Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to talk about the worst injuries in soccer. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like the video before you watch it. Your support is important for me. I would appreciate it if you write nice comments. This man's injury was probably the worst in the history of soccer. It could have caused problems, especially psychologically. In a match, he made a sliding tackle on his opponent, Werder Bremen defender Keane. But he hit his leg so hard that Keane's skin split. Keane's bone was sticking out of the split skin. Keane, who did not realize the size of the accident in the rush of the moment, also stood up and shouted at his opponent. Then he collapsed to the ground. He was immediately hospitalized. Although he couldn't play soccer for a while, he returned to the field afterwards. In the 1990 World Cup qualifiers, England played against Sweden. Butcher was playing as a stopper for the England national team at the time. Butcher threw himself in front of the ball to defend and received a heavy blow to the head. He played the full 90 minutes even though the doctors said he couldn't play. He was an important player for England, and there was no stopper of his quality on the bench. For this sacrifice, the English people declared him a hero. You probably all know Czech's iconic helmet. For those who don't know, let me briefly summarize. Normally, this type of protection is worn when players are injured. They are removed when the injury is over, but Cech didn't take his helmet off even though he was injured. For this reason, Patterson comes to mind when it comes to goalkeeper helmets. In a match, Cech took the ball that came to him in his lap. The opposing striker was coming very fast and couldn't stop. The bottom of the boot hit Cech's head hard. Cech fainted at that moment and didn't recover for a long time. He had to wear the helmet after that. We are in the middle of our video. If you are still not subscribed to my channel, don't forget to subscribe and like the video. I also share content like this on my channel, so make sure you check out the other videos. Now, I want to tell you about some interesting and funny injuries. Rio Ferdinand, one of Manchester United's legendary stopper, Rio Ferdinand injured his tendon because he put his foot on the coffee table for a long time while watching TV and stayed away from the pitch for a few matches. David Beckham, who was teammates with Rio Ferdinand at the time, had also suffered such an interesting injury. Beckham was injured because his son ran over his foot with his tricycle and missed an important match of the England national team. It's really very interesting. Let's keep going. Marcelo and his team faced Argentinos Juniors in the quarterfinals. In the 50th minute of the match, while trying to tackle his opponent, he stepped on his opponent's leg and literally split it in half. I can't show this footage clearly due to YouTube rules. If you want to see it, you can Google it. Marcelo started crying after this foul. He felt very sorry for his opponent. He was then shown a red card. Speaking after the match, Marcelo said, "I had a very difficult moment today. I unintentionally hurt a colleague. Get well soon, Luciano Sanchez." Sanchez, who was injured by Marcelo, underwent surgery, and if his condition goes well, he will return to the pitch in about a year. This is Erling Haaland's father. His father was an important player, although not as good as Erling. But because of an injury, he couldn't play soccer for 7 years. After 7 years, he returned to the pitch and played for 2 more years before retiring. Let's take a look at his injury. The man who injured Erling Haaland is Roy Keane. Roy Keane injured Haaland on purpose. He admitted it himself. In fact, it goes back to a long-standing feud. In 1997, during the match between Manchester City and Manchester United, there were several collisions between Roy Keane and Haaland. Several times, Haaland grabbed Keane by the jersey and pulled him. It was considered normal because of the nature of football, but Keane was very angry about it. In that match, he tried to trip Haaland. In trying to do so, he accidentally injured himself. Haaland came up to him and belittled him and told him to get up and play. But Keane was seriously injured. He never played that season. 3 years later, Manchester United and Manchester City met again in a Premier League match. The ball came to Haaland's feet. It was 89 minutes into the match. Keane remembered the old incident and fouled Haaland's foot hard. Afterwards, he told him, "Don't make fun of anyone who gets injured again." After that, Keane was red-carded. Haaland suffered a serious injury. In fact, that's why Erling Haaland has a grudge against Manchester United. So we have come to the end of our video. I hope you liked the video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. See you in the next video.